Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Chapter 3rd,
sir.
Part 2, Ancient Civilization of India. The Part 2 is the Vedic period. The Vedic period begins from 1500 BCE to 700 BCE. First of all, we'll see the difference between the early Vedic period and the later Vedic period. So, early Vedic period means the time begins from 1500 BCE to 1000 BCE. The same thing, later Vedic period means it starts from 1000 BCE to 600 BCE. So 1500 BCE to 1000 BCE means that is early Vedic society. 1000 BCE to 600 BCE, that is the later Vedic society. The early Vedic period, Rig Veda was written, remaining the three Vedas. All the other Vedas were written in the period of later Vedic period. Early Vedic period, mostly around Sapta Sindhva, means India and its tributaries. The same way, later Vedic period is, later it was shifted to Gangetic plain. The chief food crop of early Vedic period is wheat and barley, that we can see in the picture. The later Vedic period, the chief food crops were wheat and rice. Early Vedic period, the chief wealth was cows, but later Vedic period, the chief wealth was land. The people, those who are in the early Vedic period, they were practicing Varna system based on occupation. But later Vedic period, the Varna system became very rigid. So we'll see the difference between the society of early Vedic period and later Vedic period. The early Vedic period, family was the basic unit, but later Vedic period, joint family was system they were following. Women were enjoying equal rights in early Vedic period, but the status of women declined in later Vedic period. In early Vedic period, no rigid caste system, but later Vedic period, the caste system became very rigid. Food included milk, barley, fruits, vegetables, and meat. They were using in the early Vedic age. Worship of nature and natural phenomenal that they were practicing in that period, and the worshipping the gods were Indra, Agni, Varuna, Mitra, Surya, etc. The same thing in later Vedic period, they were practicing Brahma, they were worshipping Brahma, Rama, Krishna, and the incarnation of Vishnu and Shiva. Hymns they were chanting in the period of early Vedic period, but in later Vedic period, Brahmins introduced many rituals, made their position secure, faith and superstitious, like doctrine of karma. They were having the beliefs of doctrine of karma, dharma, moksha. So these are all the beliefs increased in the period of later Vedic period. So if you see the economic conditions, in the beginning, the main occupation was domestication of animals. in early Vedic period. And domesticating the animals, their main occupation. Next, they were keeping for agriculture. Secondary option they were giving for agriculture. But later Vedic period, agriculture became the main occupation. Domesticating the animals, that became the secondary occupation. Cattle was the important source of wealth in early Vedic period. In second, that later Vedic period, land became the important source of wealth. In early Vedic period, many engaged in trade and commerce, dyeing, embroidery, carpentry, weaving, pottery, crafts, iron. So this and all became the important occupations. In later Vedic period, traders, guilds had come up and trade had become very important. Besides occupations of earlier period, many new occupations like physician, musicians, so like that profession type of occupation started in the later Vedic period. So this is about economic conditions. Next, we'll go for how was the status of women in early Vedic period and later Vedic period. Women had equal status as compared to men in early Vedic period, but in later Vedic period, the position of women became worst. The position of women became very worst. So women were educated and they were treated equally to men every aspects of life in early Vedic period, but women were not provided with education as they were considered to misbehave if they receive education or become literate. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಮಿಸ್ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಲೇಟರ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್, but later Vedic period child marriage started to exist. Widow remarriage was allowed in early Vedic period, but later the widow marriages were not allowed and widows were treated very badly. In early Vedic period, the women was allowed to participate in every field such as politics, war, etc., etc. But in later Vedic period, women were not allowed to participate in any field. Caste system existed but was not rigid as compared to the later Vedic period, but later Vedic period caste system became very rigid. So this is the status of women in the Vedic period and early Vedic period. So they were practicing fourfold Varna system. Fourfold Varna system, entire Vedic period. So entire Vedic period, if you see the early Vedic age, they were practicing 4 Varnas, like orders. First one is Brahmins, who explained Vedic text and performed religious ceremonies. Their work was explaining the Vedic text and perform religious ceremonies. ಪೂಜಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವರು ನಿರತರಾಗಿದ್ದರು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಎರಡನೇ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ಯಾವುದು 4 ವರ್ಣಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಎರಡನೇ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಕ್ಷತ್ರಿಯಾಸ್. ದೇ ವರ್ ವಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್, ನೋಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ದೇ ವರ್ ರೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಕ್ಷತ್ರಿಯಾಸ್. Third one, Vaishyas, they were common people engaged in trade, agriculture and industry. Fourth one was Shudras, servants and laborers. They did not own any property or land. They were not at all having their own property and land. Food cooked by Shudras wasn't banned. There were no restrictions on intermarriages or change of occupation. So this was the 4 Varnas orders they were following in the period of early Vedic period. So later Vedic period, the same thing they were following. Culture of sacrifice increased in Brahmins. So Brahmins started to get powers, and Kshatriyas, they were working under Brahmins. These privileges and powers were not enjoyed by Vaishyas and Shudras. What the Brahmins and Kshatriyas were having, the powers and privileges, that was not there for Vaishyas and Shudras in the later Vedic period. New Varna like chariot makers, tanners, carpenters, smiths, fishermen came into exist. Membership of Varna became hereditary. ಹುಟ್ಟಿನಿಂದ ಅವರೇನಾಯ್ತು, ತಂದೆ ಈಗ ಯಾವ ವರ್ಣದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಗ ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ವರ್ಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ನಾವು ತಂದೆ ಕ್ಷತ್ರಿಯ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಮಗನು ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಷತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಅದು ಹೆರಿಡಿಟರಿ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಮೆಂಬರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಣ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ hereditary in later Vedic period. So life of Shudras was miserable during the later Vedic period. They were called untouchables. They were called as untouchables. They were not at all having the learning of sacred textbooks, perform sacrifices, and they were forced to stay outside the village. They're not at all having the rights to take the water from the well. So like that, they were keeping them away out from cities. So this is the four-fold Varna system what they were following in the Vedic period. Next, 4 ashramas. How was the ashrama system? Stages of life. Ashrama means stages of life. In the early Vedic period, no such concept. In the early Vedic period, no such concept. But in later Vedic period, man's life was divided into 4 stages in 25 years of each. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ಗೂ 25 ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ man's life was divided into 4 stages. The first stage was brahmacharya ashrama. So in that period, what that child should do, from 1 year to 25 years, he should get education for development, for his body and mind. All the education development, everything he should do in the brahmacharya ashrama in that period, in that stage. Second stage was 25 to 50 years. That was grihastha ashrama. When he gets married and leads a family life, on that period, on that stage, he should get married and he should lead a life, family life. Third stage was 50 to 75 years. That is vanaprastha. So on that period, he should be meditation. He should be engaged with meditation and prayers from 50 to 75 years. The last stage was 75 to 100 years. That was the 4th stage. That was sannyasa ashrama. So he should leave all the worldly pleasures and he should live forest as sannyasa. ಅವನು ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ವ್ರತವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಜೀವನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಈ ಶುಡ್ ಲಿವ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೆಸರ್ಸ್. ಜೀವನದ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸಂತೋಷಗಳನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆತ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಜೀವನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಅವಾಗ ಇದು ಅರ್ಲಿ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ? ಲೇಟರ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಹೌ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್? How was the political system in Vedic period? In later Vedic period, king's position was not hereditary. King's hereditary ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ತಂದೆ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ತಂದೆಯ ಮಗನೇ ತಂದೆ ರಾಜ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ತಂದೆಯ ಮಗನೇ ರಾಜ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಲೇಟರ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಹೆರಿಡಿಟರಿ. ತಂದೆ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ತಂದೆಯ ಮಗನೇ ರಾಜನಾಗಿ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ early Vedic period, kings received booty from the war and voluntary gift as bali. So what they were getting in was that they were dividing for kings also. The gift, voluntary gift, was called as bali. But in later Vedic period, they were appointed officials for the regular collection of revenue from people. They collected the revenue from people. In that only the king was getting the income. In early Vedic period, Sabha and Samiti had great importance. But later Vedic period, Sabha and Samiti lost their importance. To assist the king, they organized Sabha and Samiti in early Vedic period that got very great importance in the Vedic period, in the early Vedic period. But later Vedic period, that started to get lost importance. In later Vedic period, effective administrative system was there. King's position not ritualized, but in later Vedic period, a number of rituals and sacrifices performed to strengthen the position of king. So Rajasuya Yaga, Ashwamedha Yaga, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು.